In today's world, men are chasing women harder than ever, texting too much, calling too soon, showing up where they aren't invited. It's weak, it's desperate, and women feel it. They smell it a mile away. What you need to understand is simple. Women are not drawn to what's in their hands. They're drawn to what they can't fully have. The more distance you create, the more powerful you become in her mind. You stop being predictable. You stop being easy. And you start becoming the man she can't stop thinking about. When you give a woman distance, you're doing something 90% of men today are too afraid to do. You're showing her you have options. You're showing her you have self-respect. You're showing her you don't need her to feel good about yourself. That kind of strength is rare, and women crave it. They don't chase what's always available. They chase what feels slightly out of reach. It's the hunger of wanting what they can't control that drives their emotions wild. Most men lose women because they suffocate them with attention. They think the more available they are, the more the woman will appreciate them. Wrong. In reality, every time you text her first, every time you try to force a connection, you lower your value in her eyes. You become another man she can predict and toss aside. Distance flips the script. It triggers her curiosity. It makes her question herself. It pulls her emotions into the game, where you control the tempo. If you want a woman to think about you, miss you, and crave your presence, the first move is distance. It's not playing games. It's giving her space to realize how much she wants you, and that's where real power begins. Let's break it down. Before we start the video, I want to remind you that my exclusive online course on mastering the dating game is available now. If you've been learning from my YouTube videos, you're only scratching the surface. This course goes deeper, teaching you everything you need to know about the dating game, from approaching a woman to building real attraction. We just completed section 4 in the course, and these insights aren't shared anywhere else. It's easy to access with multiple secure payment options. There are only 5 discounted slots remaining using the promo code. Visit stoicapproachtolife.podia.com or check the link in the description to enroll now before the offer is gone. 1. Distance creates emotional tension. When you create distance, you are not just disappearing to disappear. You are building emotional tension. You are making a woman feel something she rarely feels in today's world: uncertainty. And that uncertainty is powerful. Women are emotional creatures. They are drawn to the things that stir their emotions, not the things that sit quietly waiting for them. By stepping back, you are creating a gap her mind has to fill. She starts asking herself questions. Why is he not calling? Why is he not chasing me like everyone else? Did I do something wrong? Is he talking to someone else? That emotional chaos is what keeps you alive in her thoughts. You are no longer a background noise. You become a mystery, a question mark she cannot answer. That emotional tension starts pulling at her heart without you lifting a finger. Men make a massive mistake thinking distance will make a woman forget about them. If you are even a little bit interesting to her, distance will make her obsessed. She might not show it right away. She might pretend she does not care, but inside, her mind is running wild with possibilities. The longer you stay away, the more powerful that emotional tension becomes. Distance is not punishment. It is not about being cruel. It is about letting nature do what it is designed to do. People value what they fear losing. People desire what they cannot fully hold. When you back off, you allow a woman's natural curiosity, insecurity, and emotional need for validation to start working for you. She starts to chase your attention. She starts to invest emotionally. And once she invests emotionally, her bond with you becomes real and deep. But here is where most men fail. They break the tension too soon. They get scared. They start thinking too much. They miss her and reach out too early, giving up all the power they built. You have to stay strong. You have to let her miss you properly. You have to allow that emotional tension to peak. That is when she will come after you without you forcing it. That is when she will see you as the man she cannot afford to lose. Modern dating is crowded with desperate men who offer everything too soon. When you pull back, you are telling her without words that you are not desperate, that your time is valuable, that you are not impressed by beauty alone. And that confidence, that mystery, that emotional roller coaster you trigger with your distance is what plants you deep in her mind. She will think about you when she wakes up. She will think about you when she sees another man trying too hard. She will wonder if you have already moved on. And her feelings for you will grow stronger in the silence. Distance is not weakness. It is your greatest weapon. And the man who knows how to use it will never have to beg for a woman's attention again. 2. Scarcity makes you valuable. In the world of dating, nothing destroys desire faster than too much availability. When you are always there, always texting, always calling, you become predictable. And predictability kills excitement. Think about it. When something is rare, it becomes valuable. When something is everywhere, it becomes worthless. You have to stop putting yourself on a shelf like some common product anybody can pick up. You are not supposed to be easily available. You are supposed to be a rare experience she feels lucky to have. Scarcity makes a woman reevaluate your worth. When she realizes she cannot have you whenever she wants, she starts questioning how important you really are. She starts wondering what it would be like to have you fully. That wonder turns into desire. That desire turns into action. She texts more. She calls more. She finds excuses to show up in your world, all because she feels you slipping slightly out of her grip. Most men are scared to create scarcity because they think it will make the woman lose interest. They believe the lie that constant attention is the key to building attraction. It is not. If attention alone was enough, every desperate man flooding a woman's inbox would be happily married to her. Attention without scarcity is just noise. It becomes annoying. It becomes expected. It becomes ignored. When you create distance, you are automatically creating scarcity. You are telling her without words that your presence is not something she can take for granted. You are telling her that you have a life, that you are focused, that you do not need her validation to feel good about yourself, and that independence is a magnet. It pulls her in, it makes her curious, it makes her chase. Scarcity also triggers competition. When a woman senses that you are not glued to your phone waiting for her next text, she starts to imagine you giving your attention to someone else. She may not even realize it consciously, but it will eat at her. She will want to win your attention back. She will start treating you differently. She will become more feminine, more cooperative, more eager to impress you, all because you had the strength to not hand yourself over so easily. This does not mean you play childish games. It does not mean you ignore her out of spite. It means you live your life. You stay focused on your goals. You prioritize your mission over chasing validation. When she feels that, when she sees that your time is truly valuable and limited, she starts treating you like a prize. And when a woman sees you as a prize, everything changes. Her effort changes. Her energy changes. Her whole approach to you changes. Scarcity is power, and distance is how you build that power without saying a single word. In a world full of men giving themselves away for nothing, be the man who makes her work for it. That is when she will value you the most. 3. Space forces. Her to self-reflect. When you give a woman space, you are not just stepping back to be mysterious. You are forcing her into a situation where she has to actually think about you. Modern dating has made it too easy for women to move on quickly because there is always another guy lining up with a text, a compliment, or a date offer. Constant attention allows her to avoid thinking about how she truly feels. She stays distracted, she stays in control, but when you take away your presence, you take away her comfort. And when that comfort is gone, her mind starts racing. Suddenly, she is not sure where she stands with you. Suddenly, she has to face her own feelings. She has to ask herself real questions. Does she actually miss you? Does she actually care? Was she just using you for attention, or was there something deeper there? Women do not like sitting in silence. It gets uncomfortable, and discomfort leads to reflection. Distance forces her to sit alone with her thoughts about you, without you there to fill in the gaps or chase her for answers. Most men rob women of this critical moment. They stay too available. They keep checking in. They keep reaching out to see how she's doing. All that does is reset her emotions back to neutral. It gives her the power back before she ever had to feel the loss. If you want her to truly realize your value, you have to disappear long enough for the silence to bother her. You have to stay away long enough for her to sit there wondering where you are, what you are thinking, and why you are not like every other man she knows. Reflection leads to emotional investment. When she starts thinking about you on her own, without your help, her emotions grow naturally. She starts remembering the good moments. She starts missing the way you made her feel. She starts replaying your conversations in her head. And with each passing day of your distance, her connection to you gets stronger. Not because you forced it. Not because you begged for it. But because you allowed her to feel it on her own. This is a major shift most men never understand. Real attraction is not built through force. It is built through space. It is built through patience. It is built by stepping back and letting her come to her own conclusions without pressure. If she feels something real, she will come forward. If she feels nothing, she will disappear. And that is valuable information too. You do not want a woman you have to beg to stay interested. You want a woman who realizes your worth when you are not even around. Giving space is not about strategy, it is about strength. It is about believing that your presence is valuable enough that it does not need to be thrown at her feet. When you have that belief, she will feel it. And when she feels it, she will realize what a rare man you truly are. 4. Time apart highlights your strength. In the chaos of modern dating, men who constantly chase, text, and cling come across as weak. Women can smell that weakness from miles away. They may enjoy the attention for a moment, but deep down, they lose respect for the man giving it too easily. When you give a woman space, you are showing her something rare. Strength. Real, unshakable, masculine strength. You are telling her without words that you are not afraid of being alone. You are not afraid of losing her. You are strong enough to stand on your own 2 feet without needing her constant approval. Time apart is not about punishing her. It is about proving to yourself and to her that your emotions are not at the mercy of her behavior, that you are in control of yourself. A man who can hold his ground during silence is a man she cannot easily manipulate. And whether women admit it or not, they deeply admire that. They respect a man who does not crumble under pressure. They feel safe with a man whose emotions are not swinging wildly based on what they say or do. Most men today are emotional slaves to women's reactions. A woman pulls away slightly and the man panics. He floods her with messages. He demands answers. He starts acting needy, weak, and desperate. Every time he does that, he teaches her that he has no backbone, that he is just another boy who cannot handle real life. And once she sees you that way, it is almost impossible to recover. But when you maintain your distance, when you refuse to chase, when you stay calm and centered, you send a different message. You show her you are a man with options, a man who chooses his woman but does not need her to survive. You become someone she can actually admire, someone she feels drawn to because your energy feels grounded and untouchable. And that energy, that emotional stability, is rare in today's world. Women want to be around strength, not fake bravado, not loud, insecure behavior. Quiet, calm, undeniable strength. The kind of strength that makes her feel like no matter what happens, you will be fine. You will thrive with or without her. That terrifies her in the best way. It triggers her instincts to chase, to prove her worth, to earn her place in your life. The beauty of time apart is that it allows you to display that strength without saying a single word. Your silence, your patience, your refusal to fold under pressure, that says more than 1,000 texts ever could. She feels it. She respects it. She starts wondering why you are not breaking down like every other man has before. And that wonder turns into deep attraction. In a world where weakness is everywhere, be the man who stands tall in the storm. Let your distance speak louder than your words. Let her feel the weight of your strength every second you are not around. That is how real respect and real desire is born. 5. Emotional absence creates emotional hunger. When you remove yourself emotionally, something powerful happens. You create hunger, real hunger. Not the shallow kind that comes from boredom or habit, but deep emotional hunger that gnaws at her when you're not around. Women are emotional by nature. They are driven more by what they feel than what they see. And when you pull your energy back, you take away the emotional food she was getting from you. The attention, the validation, the comfort. Without realizing it, she starts starving for it. This is why being too available backfires so badly. When you are always there, always replying in seconds, always giving her energy for free, she never feels that hunger. She gets emotionally full without doing anything to deserve it. And just like anyone who eats without earning their food, she grows lazy, ungrateful, and eventually bored. She starts looking elsewhere, not because you are a bad man, but because you made yourself too easy to digest. But when you step back, you flip the script. She feels a gap that used to be filled with your words, your attention, your presence. And that gap starts whispering in her mind. She starts thinking about you when she wakes up. She starts checking her phone to see if you reached out. She starts wondering why you are not chasing her like all the others. That emotional absence becomes a craving she cannot easily shake off. And the more emotional hunger she feels, the more emotionally invested she becomes. This is critical. Most men are so focused on getting quick attention that they never allow real emotional bonds to form. But emotional bonds are not created by constant interaction. They are built through absence, through longing, through wondering. When you are always available, you are blocking her from ever missing you. Think about how human nature works. People value what they have to work for. People cherish what they had to wait for. When you make her wait, when you give her emotional space, you are increasing your value in her mind. She will tell herself stories to justify why she misses you. She will start seeing you through a more powerful lens because that emotional hunger is fueling her imagination. You are not manipulating her. You are letting nature take its course. You are giving her the chance to feel what she needs to feel without you forcing it. And the feelings that come up during your absence will be 1,000 times stronger than anything you could create by constantly being in her face. This is how real emotional attachment grows. This is how you move from being an option to becoming an obsession. She needs to miss you. She needs to wonder about you. She needs to crave your energy the way a starving person craves food. That hunger is what makes her stay up at night thinking about you. That hunger is what drives her back into your life with a different level of effort. Pull back. Stay calm. Let her emotional hunger do the work for you. 6. She starts to chase what she can't predict. When a woman knows exactly what you're going to do next, she loses interest. Predictability kills excitement. When she can guess that you'll call the next morning, text every afternoon, and double text if she doesn't reply, you're no longer a mystery, you're a routine. And routines get ignored, fast. But when you introduce distance, you introduce unpredictability. She doesn't know where she stands with you. She doesn't know what you're thinking. She doesn't know if you're losing interest, talking to someone else, or just living your life without her. That uncertainty triggers a part of her mind that can't sit still. She starts to chase the answers. Distance makes you unpredictable in the best way. You are no longer acting like a man whose whole day revolves around her. You have become the man she can't figure out. And humans, especially women, are wired to chase what they can't predict. It taps into something ancient. In the same way a hunter finds excitement in chasing something fast and elusive, a woman finds excitement in chasing a man she can't fully catch. The more you pull back, the more she starts asking herself questions. Did he lose interest? Was he really into me at all? Did I mess up? Is he seeing someone better? Those questions turn into small anxieties. And those anxieties create emotional engagement. She becomes emotionally involved without you lifting a finger. She starts checking your social media more. She wonders when you'll text. She debates with herself whether she should reach out first. She stalks your stories just to feel connected again. Without even realizing it, she's putting herself in the chaser position. And here's the truth most men refuse to accept. If she's not chasing you at least a little, she's not really invested. Real attraction shows up when a woman feels that urge to pursue you, to get your attention back, to make sure you still value her. Distance makes that chase possible. Constant availability kills it dead. You do not need to play childish games. You do not need to fake being busy. You just need to truly step back and give her the space to miss you, to wonder about you, to feel uncertain for once. And when she starts feeling that way, her behavior will shift. She will reach out more. She will be sweeter. She will start investing in you without you having to beg for it. And most importantly, she will respect you. Women respect men they have to work for. They respect men who are not immediately bought and sold for a little attention. When she feels that she has to earn you, she sees you as a prize, not an option. Distance creates unpredictability. Unpredictability creates chase. And chase creates deep emotional attraction. Stay steady. Stay silent. Let her curiosity build up until she is the one fighting for a place in your life. 7. Distance forces her to reflect on your value. When you step back and give a woman space, you are forcing her into a position most people avoid in today's fast-paced world. Reflection. She is no longer flooded by your texts, your calls, your presence. There is no longer a constant supply of your energy propping up her emotions. Suddenly, she is left alone with her own thoughts, and in that silence, she starts to reflect. She starts to really think about who you are, what you brought into her life, and what she feels now that you are not around. At first, she may not even realize it. Days might pass where she feels something is missing, but cannot quite put her finger on it. That something is you, your strength, your attention, your masculine presence. The things she once took for granted now start to stand out because they are absent. This absence makes her replay the moments she shared with you. It makes her question why she feels a sudden emptiness that wasn't there before. Reflection is powerful because it brings clarity. And clarity often reveals truths people overlook when things are moving too fast. In the moments when she reflects, she will remember how you made her feel. If you were calm, confident, and centered, she will start to miss that stability. If you made her laugh, feel safe, and feel desired without chasing her, she will start to crave that experience again. Your value grows in her mind not because you're forcing it, but because you gave her space to realize it herself. Men who smother women rob them of this reflection. When you are always in her face, always demanding attention, always trying to prove your worth, she never has the chance to realize your value. You are just noise, background static, another guy begging to be noticed. But when you remove yourself, when you step back like a man who knows his worth, you become silence. And silence makes people think. Silence makes people realize what they are missing. This is where many men lose the game. They fear the silence. They fear that if they pull away, she'll forget about them. But the opposite is true. Women remember the men who had the strength to walk away first. They remember the men who didn't fall apart when things got quiet. They remember the men who gave them the gift of missing them. When she reflects, she doesn't just remember your actions. She remembers the feeling you gave her. That feeling becomes the magnet that pulls her back. That emotional memory is stronger than any logical explanation. You cannot argue your way back into a woman's heart. You cannot text your way back into her desire. You have to leave her alone long enough for her own mind to do the work. Distance forces her to see the truth. And if you were truly valuable, if you truly carried yourself with dignity and strength, she will realize it. And that realization will make her reach out. Not because you begged, not because you chased, but because she felt your value in her own time and in her own heart. When you give a woman distance, you stop chasing and start commanding respect. You allow her mind to wander, her emotions to build, and her attraction to deepen without saying a word. Distance turns you from a man she assumed would always be there into a man she now fears losing. That fear makes her think about you constantly, miss you deeply, and crave your attention again. Most men chase and lose. Strong men step back and win. Master the art of distance, and you will master the way a woman thinks and feels about you without ever forcing it. If you're serious about mastering the dating game, don't miss out on my exclusive online course. We go beyond what's covered in these videos, giving you powerful insights from the first approach to lasting attraction. Only 5 discounted slots remain, and it's easy to enroll with secure payment options. Visit stoicapproachtolife.podia.com or simply click the link in the description to secure your spot. Don't wait until it's too late. Take action now and start transforming your dating life today.